Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Did you have a nice Christmas? Now we're in that limbo period waiting for the new year. There's going to be no live streams this week. We're going to be back to normal from Monday. But I thought in this little limbo period, why not do issue 1 of the Hachette Partworks, build the Batman Tumbler. Okay, this is available in the shops now, and as you see, it's £1.99. Now, it's going to be coming out every 2 weeks, I think until May time, something like that. It's going to be quite a while, and then it's going to be every week. Now, you can subscribe to this, and the link to subscribe to this is in the video description, and then you'll get that through the post rather than have to go to the newsagents. But as I said, this is in the newsagents now, and you'll be able to get issue 2 in 2 weeks' time. Now, we did a trial for this, was it about 6 weeks ago? 6 weeks? 6 months ago? God, time flies. And this is pretty similar to that, but I'm going to go through it again because some of the details would have changed about what free gifts you get and stuff like that when you subscribe. But again, the link for this is in the video descriptions. Check that out. But without further ado, let's see what we got and do part 1. So this is everything you get, and as you can see here, we have got the Batman Tumbler plate. They do provide a screwdriver in this issue. Quite a bit to do in the first issue. We have got the magazine here, and if I turn this over, it's actually telling us about the magazine. It's telling us that in the next stage that we've got a tyre to put in, and it's telling us all about the car. We're going to look into that a little bit more as we look into the magazine. So each stage is going to come with a magazine just like this. If we just look at the brochure first, as you can see, it's 1/8 scale, and it's telling us all about the Tumbler from the Chris Nolan Batman films that you can see here, looking just like that. It's got rear wheel tyres, turbine engine with effects. It's got gold wing doors that open and close, cockpit with control panel, steering console and radar board, bodywork with stealth design. That's how it's looking. If I just flip this over, when you subscribed, these are the free gifts that are coming with this. And as you can see, we've got the key ring, the binder, the mug, and we've got the little die cast Batman Tumbler there, which looks absolutely brilliant. Once again, it's just telling us what's coming in part 2, which again is coming in issue 2. As you can see there, it does say it's published weekly from issue 10 onwards. So that's that one. Bringing over everything else, comes with loads of stuff here. This little bit here is what you give to your newsagents if you want to actually get this weekly from the newsagents, or fortnightly at the moment. So you just fill out your details there and then give that to your newsagents, and they'll order that for you. And then just once again, going into what you get for the free gifts and what's coming and stuff like that. It's just a little brochure here that if you haven't got a computer, you can actually just sign up for it here, doing the old-fashioned way of snail mail. But that looks good, doesn't it? Look at that. This is a base. Let me look at that. That's take out a premium subscription for only £1.50 extra per issue and receive this high-quality custom-made display case. Look, it's got lights in the interior and everything. That's pretty impressive, I have to say. Check that out. Love that. Okay, so this is the magazine for issue 1. Zoomed up a little bit so we can have a quick look through, and I'm just going to have a quick turn. Look at the camo on that, just so you can see exactly what you're getting with each magazine. So a little bit more about the Batman films, Batman Begins, Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises, a bit about Batman for the DC Comics, and then all the instructions which are going to guide us into how we're actually building this Tumbler. Do love this nameplate, but we won't need that till the end. So in this stage, as you can see, we're doing the first cowl, which is going over the front there. So by the end, it's going to look just like that. Now I think we may as well just get straight onto it. So let's do that now. So as you can see, everything you get is in this box here. I'm just going to pick up some of these stuff here so you can have a good look. That's the plate. Completely metal. As you can see, it has got some protection on this side. That's why it's got that blue effect. I'm going to keep that on because we're not actually going to be using that to the end. But that's what that is going to be displayed with once you finish the model. Once again, they do provide a screwdriver. Little screwdriver, this one, but I will be using my own. I use a Wera PH0 screwdriver. That will pretty much do most screws. If I do have a really tight screw to get in, I'll up this to a PH1, but that one should be perfect. So the first thing I'm going to need, get my tweezers here, are the 2 fairings here. So I've got one there and one there. And these are labelled slightly different because you've got a left-hand side and a right-hand side. and they are stamped in the middle. So the one I'm holding here has got an L. This is the left-hand side. And quite simply, all I'm going to do is going to take the cannon, which looks like this, and I'm going to push that into here so it's flush, just like that. I'm going to repeat that on the right-hand side. So again, just push that so it's fitting flush in there. Now this is going onto this massive section here. This is solid metal. I don't know if you can hear that. Looking just like that. Paint job is immaculate. And obviously the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put those cannons we just made into place. So we've got this little detail here, which is actually going to go behind this section, just like that. And then the cannon is going to go in from this side, which is going to hold this whole piece into place. So I'm going to push that in. Can be a little bit fiddly, but when it's in, it should go in just like that. I'm then going to be turning this upside down, so exposing this front section here. So then I'm going to be taking this plate, looking just like that. With this upside down, this is just going to be going over that section, just like this. It's going to be held in with 2 screws. So the first 2 screws of this build, this will be a Trivial Pursuit question one day, are CM screws. As you can see, the screws are labelled in the bag with CM. Get these out. And 2 screws to keep this in place. Now I'm going into metal. So I'm putting in a bit of oil. And the reason I put it into oil, if you watch the channel long enough, you'll know, is that sometimes paint gets into these threads. And you're ending up cutting the thread with the screw. It just makes it a lot easier if the screw has been lubricated in oil first to enable that to cut through. So I just drop it in some normal 3-in-1 oil. Now this oil, which I'm fond of telling everyone, is from Mrs. Welder Wayne's sewing machine. But any 3-in-1 oil will do. There we go. That's in place like that. We're then going to be putting the side pieces on these sides here. Now, these are lenses. You can see that they have got some sort of transparency through them. Nice little gleam on them as well. So one's going on this side, just here. And they have got a little lining lugs there. So I'll put them in. That's one. Fits perfectly in there. Just so you can see that it has got transparency to it. If I put the light behind it, you can see what I mean there. Put the one in the other side. You heard it click in there. So that's now like that. We've got a little bit of double-sided tape now, which I'm going to be putting on these edges just here. So one at the top, quite sticky, and one just into this middle section here. Don't worry too much about covering the holes. The screws will go right through that. Using some tweezers, peel off the backing. So we're leaving the sticky underneath. Just like that. And then we've got the front screen to put into place on this section here. So I'm just lining up the holes. Just like that. And get that to fit in so it's nice and flush on there. And it's been kept into place. And once again, as you can see, it is transparent, you can see through it. Okay, now we're going to put these stealth panels on. We're going to need some double-sided tape for that as well, which is just going onto this edge here. And then take the backing off. And then we're going to be pushing these into the holes that you can see just on the window there. Not going to be easy, that's why I'm using my hammer. But it does work, and that's in just like that. We're going to do the same on the top one. So when they're both in, they should look just like that. So I've got the left flap here now, which is just going to go into the holes at the side here. Get them lined up. Just like that. And then the bottom section is just going into this end hole that you can see there. So push that in as well. And when that's in, it should look like that. Do the same on the other side. I'm just going to put the other cannon in the other side using this piece exactly like we did at the start. So just line this up. We should have done this earlier, I think, but I'm doing it now because I forgot to put it in. So again, just get this in here. So that's both cannons in now. And then the final thing to do is just to put these little hydraulic pistons in, and they're just going into the two parts that we've got just at the side of the frames we just put in. Might help to use some tweezers here just so you're not bending the part. Just to push that all the way in. And as you can see, when that's in, pretty impressive, looks just like that. Do the same on the other side. And when that's all in, that's the whole of part 1 completed with the windows in and the hydraulics. Excellent. And there you go. I'm sure you'll agree. That looks really good, doesn't it? Check that out. And all of that just from stage 1, which, as I said, is currently in the newsagents at the moment. But if you do want to get this for yourself, you do want to subscribe, I have put the link in the video description. You can get that all the way from pack 1. But I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.